One of the principles that I've been doing for 30 years is this concept of looking at other countries as if you're looking at a mirror, and that's a big mistake. It's a huge mistake to think that this is what our society, our culture, our people went through 50 years, 100 years, 200 years ago, and therefore we see a similar process now taking place in Egypt or Syria or Iraq or any place else in the Middle East, or even in China or in Russia. That's a huge mistake. We take the case of Egypt. In Egypt there was an election, but nobody in the West, very few people, including I think President Obama of the United States, understood the context of that election. That election brought to power the Muslim Brotherhood. They're not Democrats. They wanted to impose their radical Islamic views on the rest of the Egyptian people. And it would have been a disaster, and the Egyptians didn't want that. This is not a country that has a long history of democracy at all. It's the first time they had any kind of election like this. And the West immediately assumed, aha, this is going to be that moment where they become democratic, like the French Revolution, which also went through its long gestation period and its violence, or like the Magna Carta in the UK or other places like that. It's every country, every culture has to develop its own process.
Because it's quite remarkable when we look at, for example, the Arab Spring and all the positiveness that was around that. Particularly, we were happy about the Muslim Brotherhood coming to power. We saw it as an automatic thing that there would be freedom for the people. And today in Europe, we don't speak so much. There's not that much in the media about it, because we've seen that we were wrong and that it has turned into an Arab winter, you may say, for so many nations.